But your former team, Philly, made some strategic moves, and also Boston added Kemba. Tell me this: where do you think the Nets now rank in the East?
Well, listen, I want to give a shout out to two general managers in the NBA. Elton Brand with the 76ers had, other than Brooklyn, had the
Absolutely.
best day in free agency. And also the Utah Jazz, who their general
Yep.
manager has been spectacular, even going back to getting Mike Conley about a month ago. But listen, yesterday was a great day for Brooklyn, but it was the second best day for the Philadelphia 76ers. I love what they did. I think they're the team to beat in the NBA, no matter what Kawhi does. You know, they were the team that came the closest to beating them, but with the addition of Josh Richardson and Al Horford, the 76ers, to me, became the team to beat. But it depends on two things. Joel Embiid's got to get his fat butt in shape, and secondly, Ben Simmons got to work on his game. If those two things happen, the Philadelphia 76ers are the team to beat in the NBA.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think they're the team to beat in the NBA, but I do think they're going to the finals. And if you believe that they're the team to beat in the NBA, why do you believe Kawhi should stay in Toronto instead of going to LA? Is it just because you love the city of Toronto, Chuck? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, you know, Toronto's my favorite city. I never make any bones about that. Listen, Kawhi's caught between a rock and a hard place now. If he goes to the Clippers, they're going to be mediocre. Unless he goes to the Lakers, they're not. If he goes to the Lakers, now they'll be the team to beat. But if he goes to the Clippers, he's going to be basically by himself, and they won't be any better than Denver, Portland, Utah, or the Lakers. So Kawhi, to me, he didn't have a good day yesterday because you need to have another star with you.
Chuck, I think I agree with you about Philadelphia. I said wherever Kawhi goes, they'll win the chip. But given what Philly just did, I think they have to be the favorites now. And the Richardson move was eye-opening to me because between Harris and Butler, you figure they'd keep Butler. But they keep Harris, the younger player and the better shooter, and they replace Butler with a younger, ascending player, and then sign Horford, even though they already have a big. But now their defense is going to be impossible. Who do you think? So I agree about Philly number one. Milwaukee kind of took a step back because they lost a couple guys. Who do you think's number two in the East?
Max, man, that's a great question. Who's the second best team in the East? I think it's a toss-up, to be honest with you, between Milwaukee, Boston. I think it's between those two. You know, Brooklyn's is going to be solid because they got DeAndre Jordan to go with those guys. But I don't think I tell you what, Brooklyn might be the fourth best team in the East without KD. But don't sleep on Milwaukee and Boston. But like I say, Kawhi is the wild card. If he stays in Toronto, they'll be neck and neck with Philadelphia. I would probably still give Philadelphia the edge because of getting Horford and Richardson. But Kawhi, if he stays, it'll be Philly, Toronto, in my opinion, if Kawhi stays in Toronto.
I'm trying to figure out, why do you believe if Kawhi goes to the Clippers, for example, that he would be playing with nothing? The Clippers won 48 games in the Western Conference. They gave Golden State a battle in the first round. They just retained Patrick Beverley. Gallinari is still there. Harrell is still there. Lou Williams is still there. To me, it would seem to be a similar situation to what Kawhi Leonard was working with in Toronto. Why do you feel differently?
Well, because he's going to have more competition to go through in the West. You know, he really only had to beat two teams in the East. That was Milwaukee and Philadelphia. You won't have that luxury in the West. Because you got to beat Portland, Denver, the Lakers, Utah, and don't forget New Orleans. It's a lot tougher road in the Western Conference. You know, listen, you see Philadelphia was hampered by injuries with Joel, and Milwaukee, all their flaws showed in a 7-game series. The West is a totally different animal. You're going to have to I don't know if Kawhi want to go through that. If he want to get back to the finals, unless he go to the Lakers, his easiest way to the finals is probably to stay in Toronto because the West is loaded. I tell you what, under the radar, Utah Jazz, they
Real
might
good.
be the
Yeah,
most improved.
for sure.
They might be the most improved team. But like I say, Portland's still going to be there. The Denver Nuggets re-signed Paul Millsap. The West is going to be loaded next year. And I'll tell you this, the Golden State Warriors will not get home court the first round of the playoffs next year.
Also, what? I mean, listen, we know their dynasty is over. I thought you were going to say something more
Charles,
profound
I got
than
a
that.
question for you, though, about Kawhi, because you mentioned him if he went to the Lakers. Now, Kevin Durant got crucified for going to the Warriors. If Kawhi went to the Lakers, would you be disappointed in that decision?
Hell yeah. I'd probably be so mad. And listen, he's the only guy in the NBA he's the only player in the NBA I don't think you can ever get mad at because he's the perfect superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy is mysterious. He never complains. He's our Tom Brady. He never complains. You know, Deion Sanders said something to me one time about Tom Brady being the greatest football player ever. And in my opinion, he might be the greatest player ever in all sports. Because Deion said to me one time, you never hear him complain about who he got. He says, I'll take him, I'll take him, I'll take him, and we're going to win. And that's what Kawhi did this year. He's never complained and said, oh, I don't have any help. I need this. To me, Kawhi is a perfect superstar. I love what he did this year. I loved it. And I hope he does not go to the Lakers.
Yeah, that would be out of character for him.
Let me push back on a couple of fronts. One, I think if Kawhi goes to the Clippers, they can win the whole thing next year. They took the Golden State Warriors 6 with a healthy KD. They don't have to lose anyone. They just add Kawhi, and they would still have cap space. And let's not forget, also Doc Rivers. They got a championship coach, a championship superstar, and a really good supporting cast. That's one. How do you respond to that?
Well, I'm just going to disagree with you. I don't think the Clippers automatically become contenders. Like I say, I think Kawhi is great. I think he's in the conversation the best player in the NBA. In my opinion, he might be the best. But the East and the West are two different animals, Max. Listen, they beat Orlando the first round. They went 6 games with Milwaukee. Milwaukee, you saw, they're really flawed.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.